Welcome to Tyler's Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is August the 30th, 2022. We got WWE's Monday Night Raw results because, ladies and gentlemen, we found out who is the new WWE's Women's Tag Team Champions of the World. Ladies and gentlemen, and we heard, we saw, before Raw even started, a fan filmed that a brawl in the parking lot with Riddle and Seth freaking Rollins. They were about to fight in the parking lot until they got stopped by referees. I think it was referees and personnels. And ladies and gentlemen, speaking of parking, people are not supposed to be there. Miz didn't want to talk about what happened to him with Dexter Lumis kidnapping him. I guess something terrifying happened to him because he didn't want to tell the police, so the police couldn't arrest him because there was nothing strong enough to arrest Dexter Lumis. I guess not, because he showed up on NXT as well, so I guess it wasn't strong enough. That kidnapping Miz in Toronto didn't really mean anything. But I guess that's not strong enough to make him arrest. He didn't want to tell anyone. He didn't want to tell Ciampa. And he still had a match. He has a match with Bobby Lashley. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get more to Riddle and Seth freaking Rollins. Ladies and gentlemen, Riddle got his first name back. If you guys didn't see on the nameplate thing when they were doing their separate interviews, it said Matt Riddle and Seth freaking Rollins. I wish they changed Seth freaking Rollins back to Seth Rollins only. But ladies and gentlemen, these guys were making things personal. Seth Rollins made it really personal by talking about Matt Riddle's divorce. And I'm not going to tell you guys more about that. You guys watch Raw and see how personal it got. Riddle was talking about Seth Rollins is not the man of the marriage, of his marriage. He says Becky Lynch is the marriage. But after the interview, they weren't done. Because after that, that's when Seth freaking Rollins talked about his divorce, talking about Riddle's divorce. And Riddle starts saying the F-bombs. He starts saying the F-bombs. They censor it because it's the USA Network. Just like they did with the fans saying, holy you know what. Saying that. So, yeah, they censor it, but we all know what he's trying to say. Even Jimmy Smith says, I apologize to you, the language that Riddle was speaking. Now you know how different WWE creative is that you're actually going to let Riddle say the F-bomb like 3 times. He says, I'm going to F you up these past, because he got really mad that Seth Rollins talked about his family and his wife, well, his ex-wife, his divorce. This is going to be an interesting match at Clash at the Castle. It's going to be interesting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, to get to the matches, ladies and gentlemen, the personal stuff is not done yet. We still have SmackDown to do. Oh my God, there's a lot of things. But ladies and gentlemen, we got Judgment Day. We'll be in the tag team match against the newly tag team, I guess. AJ Styles and Dolph Ziggler in a tag team. I thought it was a pretty decent match. I enjoyed it. But the winner of that match was Judgment Day. But ladies and gentlemen, and then Judgment Day saw on the Titantron that Edge is back. Edge, well, technically he's not, he wasn't back. He didn't get injured. He just showed up in Pittsburgh. And then the rest of the Judgment Day went back in the ring and called out Edge. And Damian Priest's been saying a whole bunch of words that you had family, you had your friends last week because we were in Toronto, you had your wife and all that stuff. And then he just calls out Edge. And Edge came out and Edge says The only thing that you guys didn't learn from me is that I didn't come alone. And then the Mysterios start whacking Finn and Damian Priest with candlesticks. Until, ladies and gentlemen, when Dominic was in the ring by himself with Rhea, and Rhea was talking, Dominic elevates and grabs his candlestick. We don't know what's going on here, because why would Dominic Mysterio give Rhea Ripley his candlestick when she beat up like multiple times? I don't understand that. But ladies and gentlemen, we heard it's official at Clash at the Castle. It will be the Judgment Day. Finn Balor and Damian Priest in a tag team match against Rey Mysterio and Edge. They won the first ever WWE Tag Team titles when they had the brand split. Why did Rey not pick his son? And ladies and gentlemen, Edge and Kurt Angle, I got the hiccups now, had a memory segment, because back in the day when they had the rivalry, Edge was giving Kurt Angle these pictures, his first time winning the WWE title and all that stuff. He was doing the same thing. Looks like he was about to apologize, but at the end, he says, "You still suck." But we heard the real reason why Rey Mysterio chose Edge. He wants the experience. The experienced wrestler to defeat Judgment Day. But he did say, "We still need you, but in our corner." That's a bad choice, a bad thing to ask here, because Dominic Mysterio was getting more beat up than Edge right now, because Edge was gone for a couple months, and now Dominic was getting beat up. So yeah, I have a bad feeling about this, that Dominic might turn heel. We have Bianca Belair, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss will be versing 3 jobbers for momentum before their match against Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai at Clash at the Castle. And ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match was Belair, Bliss, and Asuka. Then we had the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy after Kurt Angle had his problems with the Alpha Academy because he was coming home to the WWE in his hometown in Pittsburgh. But ladies and gentlemen, we saw shush, shush, shush. They were going back and forth with the shush. But Chad Gable wants Mr. Kurt Angle join the Alpha Academy, but Kurt Angle's rejected the offer. He throws the jacket down. And Chad was upset, but then he said to Otis, "Show Kurt Angle what happens when you say no to us." Until the Street Profits came out, and then they issued a challenge, but Chad Gable had one condition. If they win, Kurt Angle has to join the Alpha Academy and listen to Chad Gable and train with Chad Gable. I think Kurt Angle trains you, dude. So the match happened. It was a pretty decent match, but the fans were so quiet. Pittsburgh, you need to cheer, man. Cheer. Do the boos. Do things like that, man. Cheer. But ladies and gentlemen, it was a pretty decent match. The winner of that match was Street Profits. And then Kurt Angle drank something from Montez Ford's cup. I don't think it's a really good drink because Kurt Angle spit it out. He didn't like that. So he grabs 3 bottles of milk, and then they all toast and cheered and drank some milk. I never knew they still had those little bottle of milk. I guess in Pittsburgh they had those things. Then we had Bobby Lashley will be versing The Miz. But Miz was not focused because he was scared. He was terrified. Every time somebody's behind him, like Ciampa, he gets scared. And when they were doing that clap thing and what Ciampa does on the barricade, he got scared. He flinched. And when Miz was about to do the Skull Crusher finale, he saw on the Raptors, high up where the fans are, there was Dexter Lumis fixing his glove or his hand. And then when he he looked back on Bobby Lashley, and then he looked back up there where Dexter Lumis was, he wasn't there. And Ciampa couldn't find him, see him because he wasn't looking the first time. So ladies and gentlemen, and then after that, Miz was distracted, and Bobby Lashley wins by submission. But at the end, when Miz was about to leave, he left in his car, and Dexter Lumis was in the back of his car. Like a creepy boy. Like, he'd stare at the camera so creepy, I got chills. Why does he have to do that? But ladies and gentlemen, it was a creepy thing. I don't know what Dexter Lumis is up to. They said he doesn't work in WWE, and he's still haunting The Miz. So, I wonder what happens there. What's happened next? Is he going to go to Miz's house? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hear from the Woods and the Half of One. We heard the Usos, Jimmy and Jay and Sami Zayn, they had a whole bunch of words to say. And then Kevin Owens came out and talked about Sami Zayn being the slave of the bloodline and all that stuff. He wants him to get out of there and join him. But Sami still doesn't want that. So we had a match between Kevin Owens and Jey Uso. At the end, almost at the end, Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso says, Plan B, we need to use a chair. And Sami's trying to act stupid, act dumb here. Said, what chair? What do you mean? And they just said, go get a chair. And then Sami was supposed to hit Kevin Owens while the referee was distracted. Hit Kevin Owens with the chair, but he hesitated, and he did not hit Kevin Owens with the chair. And the Usos just started yelling at Sami Zayn. And then, ladies and gentlemen, when Jey Uso got distracted, Kevin Owens pulled him in and did the stunner. 1, 2, 3. Kevin Owens gets the win. Ladies and gentlemen, we had the women's tag team title match, and we were surprised who won. Everybody thought it would be Dakota Kai and Io Sky. But after Asuka, Alexa Bliss, and Bianca Belair scared Bayley away because she was all by herself and there was 3 women attacking her, we saw a sneak tag from Raquel. And then Aaliyah just jumped off the apron. Dakota Kai did her finisher onto Raquel until Aaliyah did a roll-up pin and got the 1, 2, 3. And your new WWE's Women's Tag Team Champions, Raquel Rodriguez and Aaliyah. They both won their first main roster championship. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Aaliyah's, in the whole WWE, NXT, Raw, SmackDown, her first ever title in the WWE. She never won any NXT titles, and this is her first main roster title. Congrats to Aaliyah. And Raquel won the NXT Women's Championship and the NXT Women's Tag titles when she was part of NXT. But ladies and gentlemen, congrats to those ladies becoming the Women's Tag Team Champions. No, there was no returns, but ladies and gentlemen, I don't think the returns is over. We've been hearing that they've been talking to a lot of these released superstars, just like Braun Strowman, and he wasn't at the NWA pay-per-view or the show, so he might be coming back sometime. Bray Wyatt might be coming back. We don't know what Triple H could do and how good is he in his job, and people are loving it. I'm loving it. And ladies and gentlemen, now everything is getting personal. Everything is getting personal. They're talking about Riddle's divorce. They're swearing. USA Network doesn't like that, so they had to censor it. But it's crazy, guys. I'm enjoying Raw and I'm enjoying SmackDown. A little bit of NXT. And NXT doesn't feel like it's any different yet. Because I think it's Shawn Michaels doing the show more. Because he's the vice president, the creative of NXT. So we need to see if Shawn Michaels is going to do the same thing as Triple H. But I believe Triple H is the main creative that gets the last say. But I think he trusts his best friend, Shawn Michaels, to make a good show. We will find out. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And I will see you guys tomorrow for NXT results. That's all from me today. Time's out. Bye.